हाँ, तो मेरा नाम हुआ डॉक्टर कुणाल और मैं यहाँ मणिपाल में एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर हूँ। मैंने एमबीबीएस और एमडी यहीं मणिपाल से किया है। तो आज का सेशन मुझे बताया गया है लर्निंग, मेमोरी और स्ट्रेस पे। Am I audible to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you have any problem anytime, let me know. तो लर्निंग, मेमोरी और स्ट्रेस के ऊपर में मेरा सेशन होगा। सबसे पहले let me share. We'll go along with the only host can share in
अच्छा,
this
एक मिनट,
meeting.
आपको होस्ट बनाते हैं कुणाल जी।
हाँ, तो मैं अभी सामने देख रहा हूँ अमित कुमार को। अमित कुमार जी नमस्कार।
नमस्ते।
अब बताइए लर्निंग मेमोरी के बारे में क्या आइडिया है आपकी? कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं, ऐसा कोई एग्जाम नहीं हो रहा है।
सर स्टूडेंट खुद के जितना सबसे ज्यादा सेल्फ रिवीजन होता है उससे
अच्छा,
उसका
तो
उससे
एक शब्द निकल कर के आया, रिवीजन, सेल्फ रिवीजन। ये सेल्फ रिवीजन मतलब क्या? आप कुछ सेल्फ आप कुछ स्ट्रेस करना चाहते हैं कि थोड़ा एक्सपैंड करेंगे? सेल्फ रिवीजन का मतलब क्या हुआ आपके लिए?
बिना किसी
खुद से
दूसरे के
रिवाइज
हेल्प
करना
से,
या
बिना किसी टीचर के हेल्प से खुद से पढ़ना
खुद से
किसी भी
पढ़ना? अच्छा,
सब्जेक्ट को।
तो मैं यहीं पर ऐड करता हूँ, सेल्फ रिवीजन तो है, लेकिन असल में लर्निंग और मेमोरी तब होती है जब बिना पढ़े हुए खुद से मस्तिष्क में रिवीजन होता रहे। ठीक है, थोड़ा सा ट्विस्ट है सेल्फ रिवीजन में। आप एक बार पढ़ करके जब किताब बंद करके बाहर घूम रहे हैं और जो किताबों की चीज आपके दिमाग में बार बार आती रहती है, वो सेल्फ रिवीजन, उससे लर्निंग और मेमोरी होता है। ठीक है, कैसे और क्या होता है हम देखेंगे आज के प्रोसेस में। आप लोगों ने कई बार महसूस किया होगा कि आप अगर अच्छे से पढ़ कर के आए तो भले ही आप बाजार में घूम रहे हो या मूवी देख रहे हो, रात में सो रहे हो, वो पढ़ी हुई चीजें अपने आप दिमाग में घूमती रहती हैं, है कि नहीं?
यस सर।
और जब चीजें घूम रही हैं तो आप समझ जाइए कि आपने अच्छी पढ़ाई की और आपकी मेमोरी स्ट्रांग होने वाली है। और जब तक चीजें अपने आप दिमाग में घूमनी ना शुरू करें तब तक वो मेमोरी में रहेगा, इसकी कोई गारंटी नहीं है। ठीक है, तो अभी और दिख रहे हैं
स्क्रीन शेयर
नितिन
कर सकते
कुमार।
हैं आप।
हाँ, नितिन कुमार, आप कुछ ऐड करेंगे लर्निंग मेमोरी के ऊपर में?
सर अकॉर्डिंग टू मी लर्निंग मेमोरी मीन्स सर जो चीज हम लोग सीख रहे हैं उसको सही ढंग से यूज कर रहे हैं या नहीं कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि सर उसको सिखाया जाता है हम लोग को, और उसको अपने जीवन में कैसे आगे बढ़ाना है वो हम खुद से सर उसको आगे बढ़ाते हैं। तो मेरे हिसाब से
हाँ,
लर्निंग मेमोरी मीन्स तो वही होना चाहिए।
ठीक है। आप एप्लीकेशन की बात कर रहे हैं कि लर्निंग मेमोरी का फायदा तभी है जब उसको हम अप्लाई कर पाए जीवन में।
यस सर।
हाँ, अच्छी बात। तो इसमें पावर पॉइंट शेयर करने का ऑप्शन नहीं है, तो मैं स्क्रीन शेयर करता हूँ। स्क्रीन शेयर करने में प्रॉब्लम है? ओके,
नहीं, स्क्रीन शेयर कर सकते हैं आप। हाँ,
हाँ, ओके। तो आप लोग मेरा स्क्रीन देख पा रहे हैं?
यस सर, दिख रहा है।
ठीक है, तो लर्निंग, मेमोरी एंड स्ट्रेस। तो आज हम बात करेंगे सबसे पहले लर्निंग, फिर मेमोरी। the basis of learning and memory, that is neuroplasticity, and then stress and its management. So let's think and answer something. Can the brain grow during the adulthood?
Yes.
So brain can grow during the adulthood. Yes.
Yes.
Is the growth limited to only a few areas of brain?
No.
No. Very good.
Yes.
How to grow our brain? What do you think? If the brain can grow as and when we want it to grow,
By using it as much as we can.
yes, by using it as much. And how to use the brain? Okay. So one thing is using the brain, and that using the brain actually is called meditation on or solving the puzzles. Okay. तो इस मेडिटेशन के बारे में लास्ट में चर्चा करेंगे. ठीक है, अभी इसको यहीं पर छोड़ देते हैं और आगे बढ़ते हैं. तो बहुत पुराना कॉन्सेप्ट है, बड़े बुजुर्ग बोलते रहते होंगे या आप लोग कभी टीवी में एडवर्टाइजमेंट में देखते होंगे कि 2 साल तक बच्चों का ब्रेन, 4 साल तक बच्चों का ब्रेन सबसे ज़्यादा ग्रो करता है, बाद में नहीं करता है. इनफैक्ट आप अभी बायोलॉजी की किताब वगैरह में भी पढ़ेंगे कि एडल्टहुड में नंबर ऑफ न्यूरॉन्स घट जाते हैं, बढ़ते नहीं हैं. ये सारी पुरानी बातें हैं जो कि बिल्कुल बदल चुका है. ठीक है, इट्स ओल्डर एंड आउटडेटेड कॉन्सेप्ट. Modern and valid concept, it says that both brain and spinal cords are indeed plastic. So ये word आता है plasticity. आप लोग जो भी हैं फिजिक्स पढ़ते हैं आप जानते हैं elasticity and plasticity. Elasticity which comes back to its original shape, and plasticity which once you change the shape it will remain in that changed shape. So brain is indeed plastic which can develop new neurons and neuronal connection for lifelong. And not only new functions can be acquired, but also old functions can be restored at any age. Okay. So what is the difference between learning and memory? आप लोग जो बोल रहे थे, नितिन ने ये पॉइंट आउट किया, एक लर्निंग है, दैट इज एक्विजिशन ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन, एक्विजिशन, एंड मेमोरी इज द रिटेंशन एंड रिकलेक्शन ऑफ लर्न इंफॉर्मेशन. तो कोई भी चीज़ हमारी मेमोरी में तभी आती है जब हम उसको रिकलेक्ट कर पाते हैं. वो बार बार रिपीट होता रहता है खुद ब खुद. हम बुक को पढ़ करके उसको बार बार पढ़ें, वो मेमोरी नहीं है, वो प्रोसेस है. वी आर ट्राइंग टू एक्वायर दोज इंफॉर्मेशन. Okay. The two are obviously closely related. Only when you acquire it will be retained. So fundamental is that is called as plasticity of neuron, that is neuronal plasticity. The name is okay, ability to be molded, and it's very old concept. Although people didn't accept it initially, it's like 100 years old concept, neuronal plasticity. Nowadays it's been 100% proven. Okay, and as far as memory concerned, ability to store and recall the past event depends mostly on interest. Now this is very, very interesting. Okay. Your memory depends on your interest. The area of brain where the memories are going to get stored, those are connected with your emotions. For example, some questions which you have been looking for answer, but you are not finding it, and suddenly you find the answer, and for only for a fraction of second you hear the answer, and then you don't repeat, never repeat it. It remains in your memory. होता है कि नहीं?
Yes.
कोई चीज आपने सुनी, बस कुछ क्षण के लिए सुनी और आपके मेमोरी में रह गया. क्योंकि आप उसके लिए इंटरेस्टेड थे. On the other hand, you go on repeating certain information 100 times, maybe 10 times, 12 times. You read a chapter of the book and you leave it for a month. Again, you open the book, you find it all new, as if you have never read before. ऐसा हुआ है कभी? एक चीज को कई बार पढ़
Yes,
लिया
sir.
हो,
Yes, sir.
बाद में किताब बंद करके रख दी, 1-2 महीने के बाद किताब खोलने पर लगता है कि इसको तो कहीं पढ़ा ही नहीं. So, like by this talk, what you have to get is, whenever you are reading anything, you have to get your interest. यहाँ पर एक डिक्टम है, मैं हमेशा रिपीट करता हूँ. मुझे मेरे टीचर ने बोला था जब मैं 12th में था, जब मैं मेडिकल की तैयारी कर रहा था, और वो डिक्टम क्या है? वंस इन विजन नेवर रिविजन. कभी सुना है?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
हेलो. हाँ, एक कॉल आ गया था मेरा. तो हाँ, मैं बोल रहा था, कभी सुना है वो डिक्टम, वंस इन विजन नेवर रिविजन? किसी ने कभी सुना है? Nobody has heard it. Do you believe it? Once in vision, never revision. Anybody believes it?
Sir, not every time.
Not every time, but sometimes it happens. अच्छा,
Yes, sir. Of course.
आप लोग सब लोगों ने स्टोरीज पढ़ी होंगी. बहुतों को नॉवेल पढ़ने का शौक होगा, लंबी लंबी स्टोरीज. पढ़ा है? सब लोगों ने पढ़ा होगा अपने लाइफ टाइम.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
एक स्टोरी को याद रखने के लिए, या एक नॉवेल के स्टोरी को याद रखने के लिए, हाउ मेनी टाइम्स यू सपोज टू रीड दैट नॉवेल? एक बार में हो जाता है, मोर और लेस?
Generally,
No,
sir.
sir.
तो एक बार में हो जाता है जनरली. और जब कोई पूछता है, फॉर एग्जांपल एक सिंपल स्टोरी की बात करते हैं, थर्स्टी, प्यासा कौवा, थर्स्टी क्रो. ठीक है. क्या कहानी था, कोई बता सकता है? somebody? somebody, हेलो.
Yes, sir.
कोई बता सकते हो कहानी क्या था प्यासा कौवा का?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, 4 लाइन में.
सर वो एक कौवा था जो बहुत ज्यादा प्यासा था, तो उसने जब वो एक सुनसान जगह के ऊपर से उड़ रहा था तो एक मटके में उसने थोड़ा सा पानी देखा. एंड देन वो जब पानी पीने गया तो वहां पर पानी बहुत कम था, तो उसने पत्थर, छोटे छोटे कंकड़ उस मटके में डाले, जिससे कंकड़ नीचे बैठ गए और पानी का लेवल ऊपर हो गया, और जिससे उसने इजीली पानी पी लिया और फिर वो वापस उड़ गया और उसकी प्यास बुझ गई.
हाँ, एक मिनट. तो जब आप ये कहानी सुना रहे थे, तो आपके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा था? वो किताब का पन्ना नजर आ रहा था, या सचमुच का कौवा और घड़ा और पानी और सुनसान जगह नजर आ रहे थे?
सर एक एनिमेटेड सीरीज की तरह वो दिमाग में चल रही थी.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Although you may not have seen the animated version of it.
No,
अभी
sir.
तो आजकल बहुत कुछ हो गया है, लेकिन जब हम लोग कहानियां पढ़ते हैं तो जनरली, मेरे
उस वक्त
कहने
नहीं
का
थी.
मतलब है, हाँ, जब हम लोग कहानी पढ़ते हैं तो हमें, और जब उस कहानी को रिकॉल करते हैं, तो हमारे मस्तिष्क में रियल इवेंट्स, रियल पीपल, रियल प्लेस appears, although we have not seen it happening. This is called vision. When you read something, you are not just into the words, you are visualizing those words. And once you visualize those words, it will remain in your brain, it will remain in your memory. So this is called vision. Once in vision, never revision. Whatever, suppose if you are reading physics, you are reading Newton's law, F is equal to ma.
yes,
जब तक आप F और ma रट रहे हो, वो निकलता रहेगा दिमाग से. जिस दिन आप समझ जाओगे कि फोर्स क्या है, मास क्या है, once you start feeling it, visualizing it, कि how do you push a mass, how will it accelerate, what is acceleration, what is deceleration, what is a constant velocity. Once you visualize it while reading the chapter, it will stay in your brain, it won't go off from your brain. And because of so many reasons, that is what we call stress, we'll come back to that later, we are not able to visualize the subject matter. When we open our course book, we keep our vision at bay. वो एक कहते हैं ना, कबर्ड में एक ताका पर रख करके आते हैं पढ़ने के लिए. एंड वी आर ओनली इनटू द वर्ड्स. हम उसको रिपीट करते रहते हैं, रिवाइज करते रहते हैं और कोशिश करते हैं कि हमेशा के लिए याद हो जाए, और ऐसा हो नहीं सकता है. हम चलेंगे दिल्ली की तरफ पटना से, तो कलकत्ता तो पहुंच नहीं सकते हैं. तो मेमोरी तभी होगा जब वो विजन में आएगा, और विजन में तभी आएगा जब आप रिलैक्स होकर के उस, जब भी किसी चैप्टर को ओपन करते हो, जब भी किसी टॉपिक को पढ़ते हो, सो यू डोंट हैव टू रीड दैट टॉपिक बिकॉज इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर एग्जाम्स. You have to read the topic because you want to know about the topic, because you want to know everything, all the possible thing about the topic. That is interest. When you are emotionally attached to the topic, then when you start reading the topic, you will start visualizing it. You are getting my point, what I'm trying to say.
Yes, sir.
That interest and awareness you have to develop, you have to consciously bring it in your action. Once you pass your professional courses, once you start working and all, so there is a saying, either achieve what you like to do, or whole life you will have to like what you got to do. There is two way of happiness. Either you get what you like to do, or you start liking whatever you got to do. Both ways are fine. Okay? Because our liking, our disliking, our awareness, interest, everything depends upon our decision. एंड वाई इट हैपेंस, क्योंकि दिमाग का जो एरिया है जहाँ से इमोशन रेगुलेट होता है, जहाँ से हमारे लाइकिंग डिसलाइकिंग्स रेगुलेट होते हैं, उसी के बगल में मेमोरी स्टोर होता है. तो जब तक हम चीज़ों से इमोशनली कनेक्टेड नहीं होंगे, तब तक वो हमारे मेमोरी में नहीं जाएगा. और एग्जाम पास करना वो इमोशन नहीं है. जिस चीज़ को भी पढ़ रहे हैं उस चीज़ को गहराई से जानना, वो इमोशन है. एग्जाम पास तो हो जाएगा, वो बाई प्रोडक्ट है, रिजल्ट है. ठीक है. So that interest and awareness has to be brought. It creates emotion, and that's motivation that results in concentration, focus, attention, and that is the most necessary prerequisite for learning and memory. So everybody will tell you focus. I'm telling you how to focus, how to consciously bring focus into your action. Okay, by having a decision that I want to know this topic, I want to know detail of this topic. Forget about the exams. Forget about the questions. I just want to know what it is. Can somebody tell me who are the best friends of students? Learners. Who are the best friends of learners? Somebody? No sound. Okay.
Books.
books.
Yeah, books. That is emotionally right. This was told to me when I was in like 7th standard by my English teacher in Netherhart school. They are WH pronouns. WH pronouns are the best friends of students. Which are the WH pronouns? There are 6 or 7 of them. What, when, where, which, how, and why. At the end, it's why. Whenever you read anything, you have to start answering these 6 questions. What is this? Where it is applicable? When it will be applicable? And likewise. So remember, write these 6 words in big letters and among so many posters and chits in front of your study table. This should be the biggest chit, biggest poster. What, when, where, why, how, and why. Okay. And whenever you read anything, you have to apply these 5-6 questions. That is what is called interest. That is how you will be able to connect with the topic, and automatically you will be focused attention. It is an automatic process. Okay. So ये जो कहानी मैं बोलने के लिए बोला, we understood the process of memory formation. Okay, we already saw it. Now I'll talk about stress. So who will tell me, anybody, what is stress? Anyone?
सर जब
Overthinking.
आउट ऑफ
Yeah.
आउट
One
ऑफ
of
इंटरेस्ट अगर कोई चीज रहता है सर तो एक तरह से स्ट्रेसफुल ही हो जाता है.
out of interest
It
becomes
is
stress.
emotional or physical tension.
Okay, emotional and physical tension. You think stress depends upon the thing. If something happens,
No
that
sir,
becomes stressful.
it depends upon how we react on it.
Oh wow, such a correct definition. Yes. So stress is a mental, physical, emotional, and behavioral reactions to any perceived demand or threat. Okay. Situations are not stressful. It is how you react over it, how you take it. Okay. So stress is all about your reaction. Stress is not outside, stress is within you. So now the question is whether the stress is good or bad. Somebody?
Bad.
Okay. So this is a general perception, stress is bad. Now, how many of you have gone to gym? I hope most of you have visited some exercise arena, right?
Yes,
Why
sir.
do we go to gym, or why do we do something which is called challenging? Why do we challenge ourselves? You know, stress, gravity is the first stress for the body. Friction is the second stress. If there is no gravity, no friction, do you understand what the world will be? There will be no growth of body. There will be no movement possible. Stress is the most prerequisite for your growth. Okay? It is the best thing for the growth. There has to be stress, some amount of stress. Only when your system is stressed, it tries to overcome the stress and it tries to rebuild your strength in a better way. You know, every time you try to lift a weight which you are not able to lift, some of your muscle fibers break, and every time suppose 10 muscle fiber breaks, those 10 muscle fiber will redevelop, reform in 10 times more. Like whatever amount of stress you have put, double triple of that amount of strength they will be reformed with. This is about simple muscle fiber. Same thing happens with the nerve fibers. Every time you try to do something where you actually feel that your brain is fusing and just you can't do it at all. If you continue doing that, if you continue fighting with the challenge, obviously so many of your neurons will die. Die means they will just break off their connections. But once you sleep, sleep is the most important thing for anybody, for all development. Okay, as much we need stress, so much we need sleep, means sleep. Okay, not just rest. When you sleep, when your body sleeps, your brain sleeps, that time all sorts of growth happens. Memory formation takes place only during sleep. Whatever information you acquire during daytime, only when you sleep, it will be good, it will be consolidated into long-term memory. Okay, whatever physical work you have done during daytime, it has broken so many of your muscle fiber. Those muscle fiber will be rebuilt with better strength only during sleep. Am I clear? So
Yes, sir.
stress,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
putting yourself under stress is very important, and equally important is giving yourself proper rest. And it should be alternating rest and stress, rest and stress, rest and stress. And that is how all the development takes place. Okay,
Yes.
these are the types of stress. We have got two responses. It is called fight and flight response. Okay? Either you run or you fight with the stress. If you run away from the stress, the growth will not happen. Your strength won't increase. But if you fight with the stress, your strength will go on increasing. Okay? Fight or flight response. And now remember, I am saying stress is good, but simultaneously I am saying that equal amount of rest is also very, very important. Then only stress is good. If the stress continues without rest, then it will lead to lots of sickness in the body. Sickness means real sickness. Most of the big diseases, diabetes, hypertension, metabolic syndrome, lots of diseases are because of stress. Because of continuous stress, the person is not getting time to de-stress. Means they are not able to manage their stress. So we are not going to talk about how to go out of stress, how to run away from the stress. We are going to understand how to manage your stress. Okay. So what makes something stressful? Demanding situation, imminent situation, understand all this. Ambiguity, not able to decide what to do. Desirability, controllability. Yeah, means if you're able to control or not able to control. I mean to say, why are we knowing about these factors? That whenever this kind of situation comes, you understand that you are getting into stress. And so what you need to do is you have to be in the situation and give yourself rest. Automatically you will find the answer. So we already answered, is stress bad? Now what do you think? Is stress bad?
No.
No, sir.
It's not all bad. No? Not all stress are bad. So there is a word called eustress or true stress, good stress. Okay, everything is a stress in the life. Every time we join a new course, people get married, we go for a job. Okay, receive a promotion is stress. Becoming mother is a stress. You know, one survey says that, can you believe what is the biggest stressful situation for a normal man, social man, not for a student, for a social man? Can you guess which is the most common stressful situation in the world for a regular, for your father? Any guess? Okay, without wasting time, it is the vacation, going on a vacation. Okay,
Yes.
you won't be able to believe that, but the vacation is the biggest stressful time for a social man. They have to manage, leaving their comfort zone, comfort of the house, comfort of the city, family and friends, going to a new place, managing everything, taking care of the safety of the family, children, managing finances, coming back, joining the job, even thinking about the job, what's going on. Vacation is the biggest stressful situation for most of the working man. But it doesn't make you sick. It makes you feel very relaxed, very good, very healthy. Okay, so some stress are bad, that is called distress or disturbing stress. Now what makes a stress turn into distress is a continuous experience of overwhelming oppression, okay, or you're lacking behind in your responsibility. So whenever you find yourself under stress, fight with the stress and then give yourself a rest. Let
Yes.
there be a de-stress period between two stresses. If there is no de-stressing, it will become distress. Okay, when I say de-stressing, it's DE. So if you don't de-stress yourself, all the stress will become distress. So everybody has to play, everybody has to find a time to entertain themselves. But your stress and clinging on to the stress should be your major goal. Then only development will take place. Other things are only de-stressing, giving a break between the continuous stress. When the break becomes continuous, then even while you are thinking that you are enjoying, you are playing, you are watching movie, you are playing games, video games, but your mind is under stress. You will feel the pressure, you will be feeling whatever responsibility you are running away from, whatever works are pending, whatever tasks are not done, whichever things you are lagging behind, those things at the deep back of the mind will keep troubling you, and whatever you are doing habitually, you will not be able to enjoy it properly. Any enjoyment is only proper. And on the other hand, some people are bookworms. They just can't get away from the book. Likewise, they won't be able to remember things clearly, properly for long time if they don't de-stress themselves, if they just don't get away from the book and give themselves a complete break time. So finding a middle way is very, very important, creating a balance. So everybody knows these are the stresses: academic, exams, peers,
Yes.
friends are doing, family, financial, discrimination. People are getting discriminated on the basis of caste, color, religion, finance, even the dressing sense,
Yes.
complexion. We have lots of discrimination in our dealing with the emotion if you're not able to, whatever it is. So there, why do we stress out? Because we don't find a way to solve it. Okay? We perceive a situation dangerous, difficult, or painful, and we believe we don't have resources to cope. So only when you see perceive and believe, first of all, you perceive the threat, you perceive a danger, and then you believe that you can't cope up. Then there is no way out, and the system is going to fall, and you are going to become sick. So even first of all, you don't take anything like a danger, difficult or painful. Life just goes on, and whatever comes in front, it's like a challenge. It's a challenge, and I will do it. I have to do it, and I will do it. So those kind of nature. Everything of life is a challenge, and I have to do it, and I will do it for 100%. This belief will make you successful. It's a mantra. It's age-old mantra. If you believe you can handle, that means you can handle. If you believe it's not possible, that means it's not possible. These are not simple words. They are the age-old experience truth. There is no truth better than this truth. If you believe you will be successful, you will be successful. If you believe you can't, you can't. You certainly can't. And even if you somehow make yourself believe that no, it is possible, I can, you will certainly can. Okay. So there are some warning signals. These are the red flags. You should understand that now you have to de-stress yourself. Okay. There is a limit of challenging your system, challenging your ability. So which are those red flags? Very simple. You start fidgeting, moving your finger, moving your body too much, biting lips. That is called fidgeting. Fast breathing. Some people even feel dizzy when the stressful situation comes. Angry outburst. If you are getting too much angry on your parents, on your peers, on your younger siblings, elder siblings, you have to. So whenever these symptoms comes, getting sick more often, feeling depressed, having pains here and there, frequent digestive problems like constipation. When these signals comes, you have to understand that you are taking too much of stress. So better you find a time, space it out. Find a time, find something to de-stress yourself, where you completely forget what you had been doing, what is your regular work. You have to do something where you completely forget. And then you come back and get back to your regular life. Making impulsive decisions, performing poorly, withdrawing from others, just being eating too much or too little, sleeping too much or too little. These all are the warning signals that your system is going to give up sometimes in the future. Okay. There are plenty of red flags. Everybody has to identify their own red flags. It's not that all the signals will be there in all. Everybody will have different signals. You have to identify your red flags, and you have to identify that when you have to start de-stressing yourself. Okay. So impact is very bad. So how to de-stress yourself? Stress management. This is the very easy. While doing, you have to relax yourself. And those who know physiology, those who know biology, the function of muscles, the moment you stretch a muscle, it relaxes. Okay, this is a basic property of a muscle.
Yes, sir.
For example, you might have heard your mother saying that stomach is like a stretchable bag, eat more, no problem, it will adjust. Whenever you say, no, I'm done, enough. I don't know about others, but my mother had been telling. Anybody else mother keeps telling something like that?
No, sir.
Yeah. Okay, other thing everybody would have experienced, feeling like urination. You feel like passing urine, and then you don't find a way, and then that pressure goes off. This is everybody's experience in the regular life, right? Because whenever pressure comes, that amount of urine stretches the bladder, and if that stretch continues, the bladder relaxes. Stretch relaxation. It's a very common phenomena. It happens in all the muscles, smooth muscles and skeletal muscles. So you have to start stretching yourself in different way, so your body will be relaxed. And when the body relaxes, even mind relaxes. Okay, and but to relax mind properly, it is, what is this? What this fellow is doing? Come on.
Getting stressor.
Relax.
deep breathing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Breathing in.
Yeah. So stretch your body by stretching. I hope it's half an hour. Most of you already started stretching yourself. Okay. If not,
Yes.
you just stretch your hands, legs. You just saw two very easy posture to stretch in the previous picture. And then breathe deeply. Stretching will relax your body, and breathing deep will relax your mind. And believe me, I am a doctor. Okay, I'm professor. I have put all these things. It has got deep science inside it. I have not taken it from any uh, sadhu's talk, or somebody's pravachan, and somebody simply saying something from yoga textbook, and I have put it here. All these things have deep scientific basis. So practice deep breathing.
Yes, sir.
Inhale deeply and slowly exhale. Inhalation should be deep and fast, and exhalation should be slow, as
Slow.
slow and complete. Okay. The moment you take 5 breaths, you will realize that how relaxed you have become, how fresh the mind has become, how much you will feel the eyes have been opened, the ears have been opened just by 5 breaths. And the moment you stretch 5 sides of your body, you will relax. You will feel these all are the very common feeling. You will feel. You don't have to believe something. You can do and feel it.
Yes,
Okay?
sir.
So that was for body and mind, and this is for the brain. Okay, there is a difference between body and mind. Studies have proven, all big studies have proven that meditation increases the amount of brain, the number of neurons connections, the cortex, cerebral cortex, the top layer of the brain is called cerebral cortex, and only primates have cortex, and man has maximum. Monkeys, chimpanzees have little. And when you meditate, your cortical thickness increases. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
meditation is a boon for whole society. Anybody, whenever you find half an hour time, rather than studying, you meditate. It will have more benefit on your next 1 hour of studies. Okay, then continuously studying for 3 hours. If you have 3 hours, study for 1.5 hours, meditate for half an hour, again study for 1 hour. Meditation is a medicine. It's a boon. It's a magic. Meditation is really magic. Okay. Now, what is this going on? Okay. Ask yourself if you can control the situation. At times, we keep fighting. We never think it is beyond our fights. Just give up. Ignore. Forget. Forgive. These are the mantras in life. At times, you can't control the world. Everybody will behave in their own way. Somebody will come, tell something, and go. I generally give example of a rickshawala and examinee. You are going for examination, and in a rickshaw or in a taxi, and the driver misbehaves with you, abuses you, because he has his own family problem. Suppose he just fought with his wife in the morning, and you are the first passenger. He has that irritation, whatever shoutings or whatever reason he is irritated, and he will shout back at you. He will might behave very badly with you. So you have to decide whether you want to get carried away along with his emotion, or you have to protect your emotion and carry along on your way. Okay, so always ask yourself if you can control the situation. Make a plan. What is this fellow is doing? A flow chart. If you can, find a workable situation, what you can control and what not. What is this? Everybody knows this. It's The funny scene of Three Idiot. Remember?
All is well.
Somebody?
All is well.
All
Yes,
is
sir.
well. It's a big mantra. It's a
Yes.
big mantra. Discover your own mantra and keep repeating it. Okay, that is not simple movie funda. All is well. Everything will become all right. Don't worry. Time will come. Or simply you can start humming. Hmm, 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 with a feeling that everything will be all right. All is well. All is well. Okay. Keep calm and carry on. This is another mantra. Tell yourself, keep calm, carry on, keep calm, carry on. This is another mantra. This too shall pass. Some very dreadful situation is there. You are in totally embarrassing position or so much of difficulty is there. You just have to keep telling yourself, this too shall pass. And believe me, these are not simple suggestions which you are giving to your mind. These mantras have got lots of impact on your system and you will be able to pass it off. Okay, when you tell this to you, your physiology, your brain, your neurology, your nervous system, everything will work in that way that you will be able to control it. Okay, prioritize the task. Learn to say no. This is very the most important thing for life. Many people never, they are so good that they never can say no. And just because they can't say no, they put themselves into lots of trouble and danger. So it's very important to say no. Whenever you don't agree, you don't want, you have to say no. It's okay. I'm sorry. You don't come under peer pressure. You should not come under family pressure. If you don't agree with something, just don't say yes. Okay. And I'm not telling this about your parents. At times, I tell kids that you are not able to see something because you have lived your life for this 15, 20 years. Okay. And you don't know exactly what may happen later in the future. So you have to rely upon somebody. And someone's word you have to take as it is, even if you don't understand it. Vivekanand says that if Guru asks you to jump in the water, you first jump in the water. And then if you come out, you ask, why did you ask me to jump in the water? Okay, so you have to find a person, you have to select one or two or few person, very few person, don't select everybody. You have to select a couple of person in your life with whom you can consult and follow their words blindly. Because at times our brain cannot see things far and beyond which we have not ever come across, which we have never faced. So someone with greater experience can guide us well. Even if our logic and reasons don't agree, we have to. So learn to say no is important and learn to follow the instructions of elders and learned man is also important. Then learn to delegate the responsibilities. Suppose there are lots of work to be done. Your friends can support you. One simple thing, suppose exam is near and 3 chapters are there pending. All three of you or four of you or five of you have never read any of those 3 chapters. So each person reading all the 3 chapters will not help because time is less. You decide, if 3 days are there, 2 days, all three of us will read one chapter. And at the end of second day, we will teach each other about the other 2 chapters. One person becomes master in one chapter and that person teaches the other every nuances, small bits. If you are not agreeing with chapter, you can take about the questions. Suppose if you have 10 questions and you have to find out the answer of all the 10 questions, delegate the responsibilities. Don't struggle with the whole work all alone, and take regular breaks. Do what you like to do the most. Consume healthy diet. Schedule at least 30 minutes of exercise per day. Okay. So those who were hesitant to tell that they have not gone to gym, it's a rethinking time for them. It's not gym, but something you have to do physical for minimum 30 minutes every day. Get a hobby. That is where you can de-stress yourself. Try to be competent. Nobody can be perfect. Okay? Accept your mistakes and stop criticizing yourself. I'm so bad. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I'm so okay. Stop doing that. Nobody is perfect. Nobody can do everything. You are just like any other person in the world. So everybody makes mistakes. Accept your mistakes and try to correct it. You may not be able to correct it fully, but just try. Try to be competent. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So how can I stop sharing?
Thank thank you so much, sir.
Open the Zoom app, then there is written stop sharing.
I can end the meeting.
Uh-huh. No, any questions? Any question? Anybody would like to ask anything? How was the talk? Did you get everything all right? Students, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Was my speed all right? I was too fast or too slow? Something? Are you
sir.
still seeing my screen? Yeah.
No, sir.
No, you're not seeing my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
अरे
You are seeing
Sir,
my screen.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's clear.
No, I don't want you to see my screen, so I don't know how to stop sharing it.
Sir, you leave the meeting.
Hello?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I think the sharing has been stopped. I was disconnected. Am I still sharing my screen?
No, sir.
Sir.
No.
No, sir.
Yeah. Anybody has got any question? None?
No,
Okay, so
sir.
I give it back to the host. मुखलाल जी हैं?
नहीं, उन्होंने इन किया अभी, मतलब वो भी नहीं है।
अच्छा, तो बताइए अभी मेरे लिए क्या एंड कर दें मीटिंग को?
किसी को कुछ पूछना है? किसी स्टूडेंट को कोई क्वेश्चन है?
I think no, ma'am.
ओके,
No,
ठीक
sir.
है, फिर एंड करते हैं, ठीक है?
Okay,
ठीक।
ma'am.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Nice being with you. Hope you are benefited with the session.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, bye bye. Take care. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.